Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coins TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. Imagine holding a small golden coin in your hand, a coin that most people ignore, spend without thinking, or leave forgotten in drawers. But what if I told you that this simple 2002 Germany 20 euro cent with mint mark J could actually carry a fascinating story, unique features, and a surprising place in coin collecting history that many beginners misunderstand, and sometimes even overestimate in value? Because this coin was part of the very first euro currency series introduced in 2002 when Europe shifted into a new monetary era. And on its front side you can see the iconic Brandenburg Gate, a powerful symbol of unity, freedom, and the reunification of Germany, surrounded by 12 stars representing the European Union. While just below the year you will find the small but important letter J, which indicates it was minted in Hamburg, one of Germany's official mints, alongside Berlin, Munich, Stuttgart, and Karlsruhe. And this tiny letter alone makes many collectors curious because different mint marks create variations within the same year, even though millions of these coins were produced. With over 441 million pieces minted for the 2002 J version alone, making it quite common in circulation despite the hype you may see online. And yet, despite its common nature, this coin still attracts attention because of its beautiful composition known as Nordic gold, a special alloy of copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin that gives it that rich golden color without containing actual gold, along with its distinctive Spanish flower shape edge with 7 indentations, making it easily recognizable even by touch. And when we turn the coin to the reverse side, we see the classic euro design showing a map of Europe and the denomination 20 euro cent, symbolizing unity among European nations, a design created by Luke Lukes that appeared on early euro coins before later updates, which adds another layer of historical importance to this piece as part of the original euro map series. And now let's talk about what everyone really wants to know: the value. Because on YouTube and social media you might see claims that this coin is worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But in reality, according to numismatic data and coin catalogs, a normal 2002 J 20-cent coin in very fine condition is typically worth only a small amount above face value, often between a few cents up to a couple of dollars depending on condition, with uncirculated examples reaching slightly higher but still generally under a few dollars. However, the story changes completely if your coin has a rare minting error, exceptional uncirculated quality, or proof condition, because those special cases can increase value significantly and sometimes reach higher collector interest, which is why coin collectors always carefully inspect details like misprints, off-center strikes, or unusual surfaces. And this is where the excitement begins, because even a common coin can become valuable if it has a rare error. And that's the dream that keeps collectors searching through everyday change, hoping to discover something extraordinary hidden in plain sight. And this is exactly why the 2002 J German 20 euro cent continues to trend in coin collecting communities, not because it is rare in its standard form, but because it represents opportunity, history, and the thrill of discovery. And for beginner collectors, this coin is actually a perfect starting point because it teaches important lessons about mint marks, condition grading like very fine or extremely fine, and the difference between real market value and internet hype. And as you build your collection, coins like this become stepping stones that help you understand the deeper world of numismatics, where history, art, and economics all come together in a small piece of metal. So next time you see a 20 euro cent coin, don't just spend it, take a closer look, check the date, find the mint mark, and ask yourself, could this ordinary coin actually be something more? Because in the world of coin collecting, sometimes the smallest details make the biggest difference. And who knows, maybe one day you'll find that rare coin that everyone is searching for, turning a simple 20-cent piece into a valuable treasure. Now let's go even deeper into the hidden world behind this fascinating coin, because the 2002 Germany 20 euro cent with mint mark J from Hamburg is not just a piece of currency, it is a snapshot of a historic transition period when the euro was first introduced across countries like Germany, France, and Italy, replacing national currencies and marking a new economic identity for millions of people. And during this time, mints such as the Hamburg Mint worked at full capacity to produce massive quantities of coins to meet demand, which is why the 2002 J Mint version exists in such large numbers. Yet collectors still study it carefully because each mint location produces coins with slight microscopic differences in strike quality, spacing, and finish that only experienced numismatists can identify. And this is where grading becomes extremely important, because a coin in very fine condition means it has been circulated, showing visible wear on high points like the lines of the Brandenburg Gate, but still retains clear details and readable inscriptions, which makes it desirable for beginner collectors who want affordable yet historical pieces. And when we compare it to higher grades like extremely fine or uncirculated, the difference in sharpness, shine, and surface preservation becomes obvious, and that difference directly impacts value, sometimes multiplying it several times even for the same coin. And interestingly, many collectors today search through rolls of coins not just for rare dates, but for the best possible condition they can find, because a perfectly preserved coin from circulation is often more exciting than a common worn one. And beyond physical condition, another layer of intrigue comes from production errors, where machines at the mint may produce coins with double strikes, off-center images, or missing details, and these rare mistakes transform an ordinary coin into something highly collectible, sometimes selling for much higher prices depending on rarity and demand. And this is why platforms like eBay and collector forums are filled with listings claiming high values for similar coins, although many of those listings are based on speculation rather than actual sold prices. So it is always important to verify real market data instead of believing exaggerated claims, and this creates a fascinating contrast between reality and hype, where a coin with a face value of just 20 cents becomes part of viral trends, YouTube videos, and collector discussions, all driven by the possibility that someone, somewhere, might discover a rare variation. And this psychological excitement is a huge part of coin collecting culture, because it turns everyday money into a treasure hunt. And when you think about it, this small coin has traveled through countless hands, shops, and cities, silently carrying history with it, from the early days of the euro to modern times, and every scratch or mark tells a story of circulation, use, and survival, making each piece slightly unique despite mass production. And that is what truly makes the 2002 J20 euro cent special. Not its rarity, but its connection to a historic moment and the endless curiosity it inspires among collectors who continue to search, study, and dream of finding something extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. And if we push even further into the deeper reality behind the 2002 Germany 20 euro cent J, we begin to understand that its true importance is not just in metal or market price, but in the powerful economic story it represents, because this coin was born at the exact moment when the euro system was managed and stabilized by institutions like the European Central Bank, guiding countries such as Germany into a unified monetary policy that changed trade, travel, and everyday life forever. And when millions of these coins entered circulation in 2002, people across Europe were experiencing something completely new, using the same currency across borders without exchange, which made even a small 20-cent coin feel like part of a much bigger revolution. And this is why collectors today don't just see this coin as currency but as a symbol of transition. And when you examine its design closely, especially the detailed structure of the Brandenburg Gate, you are actually looking at a representation of unity after division, something deeply connected to Germany's past and its role in modern Europe. And as time passes, coins like this slowly move from everyday use into collectible history, especially as newer Euro designs replace older map styles, making early issues like 2002 slightly more nostalgic and meaningful to collectors. And even though the real market value of a normal very fine example may still remain relatively low, the perception of value continues to grow because of online trends, collector communities, and the human tendency to search for hidden treasure in ordinary things. And this is exactly why platforms like YouTube and marketplaces like eBay are filled with bold claims, eye-catching thumbnails, and surprising price tags that sometimes reach unrealistic levels, creating a mix of excitement and confusion for beginners. But experienced collectors always rely on verified sales, grading standards, and historical data rather than hype, and this contrast itself becomes part of the journey, because learning the difference between real value and perceived value is one of the most important lessons in numismatics. And as you continue collecting, coins like this become milestones that mark your growth, reminding you of where you started and how your understanding evolved. And perhaps the most fascinating part is imagining the journey of a single coin, minted in Hamburg, released into the economy, passing through countless hands, traveling across cities and countries, maybe even ending up in a small shop or pocket far from where it began, before finally being noticed by someone curious enough to stop and look closely. And that moment of curiosity is where everything changes, because in that instant, a simple 20-cent coin transforms into a piece of history, a collectible, and a story waiting to be told, proving that sometimes the smallest objects can carry the biggest meanings if you take the time to truly see them.